Hi and welcome back. I had a lot of fun at that festival. It is an annual festival. It's called the Fall Festival. It's held in Rogers, Texas by the honey farm. It's called Walker Honey Farm, and it is a wonderful location for they have their own hive, and you can actually see they have a window. I wish I could have gotten it. They actually have a window that has a honeycomb all the way up to the window, and you can see the bees work. It is fascinating. Now my sister has a beehive. I'm hopefully one of these years going to go ahead and visit. Life does happen. Sorry. And we're going to go ahead and, hopefully film that one if I ever get up there. Now, whenever I was up there, I did run into the pepper jelly guy. This person who actually, all he does is grow peppers and makes jellies. Different types of jellies, not just pepper jelly, but that's his specialty. And since my peppers did not grow this year, I went ahead and bought as much as I could. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go ahead and cut all these up, and we're going to go ahead and make some pepper jelly. And I'll show you how to eat it too. It's a different type of jelly. You want to eat this with cream cheese and crackers. It is actually really, really good. And if you like hot, use hotter peppers. I don't like jalapenos. The recipe does call for jalapenos. We're going to use these. Now, these are not Anaheim. If you can tell, they're about 4 to 6 inches in length. They do have ribs down here, and they're kind of wrinkly, but I've never really gotten a name for these. They're not Anaheim. Definitely not Anaheim peppers. I've been told maybe they're called fish peppers. If anybody can give me a clue, They're sweet whenever they're green, but whenever they're red, they're hot. So maybe that'll help. Please? I like these peppers. I've been saving seeds ever since I got my one pepper, and I've been growing them ever since. So please help. Okay, so let's get started. I've got some Ziploc bags for the freezer because I'm going to cut all of this up all at once, and we're going to save some for the pepper jelly. I have the hot peppers, which I bought from the pepper guy, and then I bought some the small mini bell peppers, the sweet ones, because you're supposed to add a little bit of sweet in there too to try to balance out the pepper. But I didn't really want to get a really big bell pepper for that because we're only doing one batch. So the minis work perfectly for this. Always remember, wear gloves and go to the bathroom before you start this process. You will find out if you don't. If you want to save any of these seeds, make sure you have a separate container for those as well. And you can plant the seeds that you get from the store. It may not be true to what you actually bought. Say if you buy a bell pepper, but then you have or some sort of specialty pepper, like a chocolate pepper. Chocolate peppers are not, chocolate peppers are kind of purplish. They're not a true, they're not heirlooms, they're hybrids. So if you get a chocolate pepper and you try to grow the seeds, you may get a green pepper, which is normal. And don't cut through your gloves. All right, now that we have all the hot peppers nice and cut up, I'm going to put this in the bag, put it in the freezer. I have a little bit of a different type of pepper over here. I'm going to put it in a separate bag. But what I want to do with this is to actually do a small jar of fermented hot sauce. I'm not particularly fond of hot sauce, but my son is, and I'm going to go ahead and make this for him. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go ahead and let it air dry, get all the seeds, and we're going to go ahead and plant these seeds in a couple of months to try to get them to sprout so we can go ahead and overwinter and get these in the ground in the springtime. Okay, these are the hot peppers. Add some seeds, get a little heat in there. I'm going to add some of the sweet bell peppers to this too. Okay, and here are the last of these sweet peppers. I've already gone ahead and put some sweet peppers in here. I'm gonna go ahead and fill that up, put some water on it, put the weights on it, salt. I'm gonna let it sit for a couple of days. Now you kind of want these slices kind of chunky for the peppers, because these slices are going to shrink when we start to cook this down. Now you do have the option of grinding the peppers into like a juice, if you will, but I don't, because I like it's aesthetically pleasing if I can actually see the I want to say pepper confetti. If you ever take a look at a jar of pepper jelly, how it's all clear, and you have the chunks of pepper in there, I like that look a lot better than just plain green jelly or red or whatever color peppers that you're using. Notice some of the seeds are still in here. Not going to get away from that. Not unless you're, you know, obsessed with getting every single seed out. Now, for these sweet peppers, you know, those small sweet peppers that you get in the bag at the grocery store, you can plant the seeds too. I've actually done that, but I got full size peppers out of them. So these are not the plants for these are regular pepper plants. These were just picked and ripened early. Okay, I'm gonna put a good amount of water in there, but I'm not gonna fill it all the way up, because we're going to only be doing a small batch, and about a tablespoon of salt. No more than a tablespoon. Put the weight on as gently as possible. And your fermenting lid, and let that sit until it's done fermenting. I would say for this about 2 weeks. Okay, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is add 1.5 cups of apple cider vinegar. I need to get my other jar. One moment. Okay, 1.5 cups of apple cider vinegar. Now, you do not want to skip out on the sugar on this one, because the peppers are a low pectin fruit. The pectin and the sugar will react with each other and encase the peppers. So that's what you want. The recipe calls for 6.5 cups of sugar. Please do not try this as a low sugar option. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.5. My eyeball a half. Okay, you want to get this all dissolved, and you're going to add the peppers. Because you want the peppers to cook a little bit. See how pretty that is? This is perfect for Christmas gifts. Let that come up to a boil a little bit, and they're going to add the pectin and then process the jelly. Now, here's a little bit of a tip. All right, you see that there is some sugar crystals on the side here. Instead of trying to stir this and stir this and stir this and stir this, put a lid on this and let it steam, and then it will go down the sides of the wall of the pot, and it'll wash down all those crystals. But keep an eye on it, because this is going to boil pretty fast. You don't want this to overflow. And watch me make it overflow. And that was close. So now that it is full boil, and you're going to want to, it's going to clear out your sinuses. Ooh. Try to stir that down. This is where you add, well, I'm using liquid pectin. Okay, it's the only thing I can find. This is how you use liquid pectin. It's already dissolved. So you don't have to add it at the beginning. Excuse me. But let's go ahead and add that. See how that came straight down? And see how smaller the pieces have become. And you want this to boil for about a minute. Stirring constantly. And don't leave this now. Okay, and I do believe that is done. Nice and thick. You can do the jelly test. Take some of this, put it on here, let it cool down. See how it thickens up? That is jelly. Let's go ahead and turn this off before it overflows again. Okay, so now that we have everything done, okay, this is ready to put in jars. I'm using the little jars, the 4-ounce jars. One of these jars is perfect size for 1 brick of cream cheese. It's the perfect ratio. So these are going to be Christmas presents. Hint, hint, if you're family, you're getting 1 or 2. If you want more than 1 or 2, let me know. Try to get a nice even ratio of peppers and liquid. And you want to bring this up to 1/4 inch from the top of the jar. We're only processing these for about 10 minutes. And we're water bathing. Note to self, when buying small jars, buy 2. We're going to have a lot more of this jelly. I'm going to need to use bigger jars, at least for storage. Oh, woe is me. Somebody may be getting a bigger gift. So that's an entire flat of 4 ounces. Let me go get more jars. These process for 15 minutes. Those are 10. All right. So 13 4 ounces. So we have a baker's dozen and a pint or a jelly jar. See how pretty that is? All nice, and it's a lot better if me, in my opinion, it's a lot easier on the eye if you have it like confetti like this than if you would just grind up all the peppers and make like a jam that way. I like this method a lot better. Now we're going to go ahead and wipe all the rims, put all the lids on, and start water bathing. Look how beautiful that is. Almost like, looks like a little fish inside a jelly. That's going to make somebody very happy at Christmas time. Okay, so I want to show you how to actually eat this. Okay, pardon the, hold on. I don't know if I can get this out of the shot. Probably not. Alright, so you want to go ahead and get your cream cheese. Okay, and this one was given to me by a family member at the family reunion that we had a while back. And we are going to go ahead and take the jar. Oh. You're going to go ahead and plop that. Just plop it on the cream cheese. Okay, now what you're going to go ahead and do, spread this around a little bit, let it not fall. Pretend the spoon is a cracker. Any cracker that you wish. We have what's called Ritz crackers here in the United States. It's kind of like a buttery, flaky type of cracker that's a little bit salty. It's perfect for this. Go ahead and pretend the spoon is a cracker. Take a little bit and eat it. That's it. It's got that heat to it, but then the cream cheese calms down that heat. And it makes the perfect complement. It's nice and sweet, hot, and creamy. And that's how you eat this. If you've never had this before, go ahead and make this. You can go to any Walmart. They have hot peppers to your liking. They have jalapenos. They have bell peppers. It is one red pepper, one red bell pepper, one yellow bell pepper, unless you want to add a green in there. They all taste the same. The green peppers have a little bit more of a green pepper taste to it than the red and the yellow. You kind of want that sweet along with that hot. But go ahead and grab you some hot peppers too. It doesn't take that much to be able to make this. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.